Good morning, I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. US markets were overshadowed on Thursday by softer than expected results from Salesforce and a pullback in the Nvidia share price as the rally finally ran out of steam. Investors were also cautious ahead of the release tomorrow of key US inflation data. The Dow Jones closed down 0.86%, the S&P 500 lost 0.6%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq fell 1.08% as tech names led the market lower. On a weekly basis, the S&P 500 has lost around 1.3%, the Nasdaq has given up 1.1%, and the Dow has tumbled more than 2%. Investor sentiment took a hit as Salesforce shares collapsed 19.7% after surprising the market by missing revenue expectations for the fiscal first quarter and providing weaker guidance going forward. Best Buy and Kohl's also missed earnings expectations, adding to the negative sentiment. AI juggernaut Nvidia fell more than 3% as its share price rally finally ran out of steam. Microsoft followed Nvidia lower, closing down more than 3% for its worst day since October. On the rates front, the move up in the 10-year Treasury yield has hurt investor sentiment this week. On Thursday, the yield pulled back below 4.6%, however it remained above the key 4.5% level. Despite the rocky week, the indexes are all on track to end the trading month, which also concludes Friday's closing bell higher. The Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 have jumped nearly 7% and 4% respectively in May. The Dow has risen 0.8% in the month. All three indexes hit record highs in May. Traders are looking toward Friday's release of the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index report for April, which is the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge. Inflation is expected to come in at 2.7% for April, according to the Dow Jones estimate, still above the central bank's 2% target. The small cap Russell 2000 surged 1% on Thursday, a rare event with which smaller stocks outperformed larger ones during the current bull market. Analysts are now focused on the forthcoming release of April's personal income, spending and price reports, anticipating a 0.2% increase in the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index excluding food and energy, which would offer insights into underlying inflation. Shifting to US sectors, all sectors closed higher except for communication services and technology. Real estate was the best performer, closely followed by utilities. Looking ahead at the Australian landscape, the SPI futures are pointing to a 0.7% gain. Thank you for listening and have a great weekend.